It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Now Jones. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble.
Play. He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. After the interception, here's Wilson. Open man is Denzel Mims. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a great throw right there. And what a regular season this rookie had. Piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title. And they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But, Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide? Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side. It deflates.
He be back in a minute. I got text to speech on, so go crazy. Jesus is King.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Let's go. Throwing on first down, Jones. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kendrick Bourne, 75 yards. And the Patriots will strike first here. This wild. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
Check.
First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn the pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd down, here's Carter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the...
Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. 4th down. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
My game. Here we go.
Here's a quick throw out to Mims. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. On 1st and 10, Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kendrick Bourne, 75 yards. And the Pats will strike first. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Michael Carter. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Jacoby Myers, 33 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now stands at 13. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Christian Barmore, never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a dump off here complete. And down he'll go at the 25. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Mike like 54. Get that quarterback. Let's go.
On third down, Wilson.
D-line, get that quarterback.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return is Olszewski. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
SOS.
Looking to throw. Jones. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there for New England.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. Working with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's got to be a long day.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Back to throw. Jones completes it to Aguilar. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Double tight. Double tight.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. 57. Mike, 57.
It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard. It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York. It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store. England Patriots and the New York Jets. Jones now on 1st and 10. Open man is born. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kendrick Bourne, 75 yards. And the Patriots will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pats at the line ready to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board.
Touchdown! Kendrick Bourne with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run. One that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Patriots are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Johnson to return it. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Play action. It's Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. This defense for the Pats, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
53 is the mic.
Here's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They'll run with Carter. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. James White taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Folk connects on the extra point. The lead will shrink to 6. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The tackle made there by Jared Davis. Now it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. It's caught on the right side at Smith. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Check 99.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They go play action here on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Army. Check 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Always so many storylines when you're playing January football. And, Charles, you talk about this offense, their head coach, it's his first time in charge in the playoffs. And I think you and I were both kind of surprised by his demeanor and specifically his comments and his confidence at the press conference where he really all but guaranteed a victory.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback because you don't normally see that. And on one hand, it's like, all right, cool. He feels great about his team. But on the other hand, I don't think it's in his best interest to do that. How many playoff games has he won again, Brandon?
None.
So there's your answer right there. I guess what he was trying to do was fire up his team. But he has to make sure he doesn't fire up the other guys because there have been a lot of coaches who've made guarantees that are no longer coaching in this league.
2nd down and 8.
Combo. You can't block me. You can't.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You can't block me. 0-0, Mike Free. Go.
Off play action. Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off the play fake. Jones. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, it's Harris. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure.
Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Watch QB drop. Back. 70 Lion. 19 tight.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Carter will try the right side. He finds some open field here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 131 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Patriot defense has a touchdown. Rosas to add the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check it out. Yes.
Wilson.
Check. Watch me before. It's our time.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They go play action with Wilson.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
High 7. Let's go. 53. Check 53. Here we go.
Wilson will throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Wilson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that trims the lead down to 9. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Jones on first down. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
At the 47-yard line.
Hiking 18. Combo, combo.
3 buzz.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones, he sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Nelson Aguilar in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots would extend their lead here just before halftime. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that could be important, as that makes this a 16-point lead. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 31, Wilson. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath. put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route.
Check, 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 check. Mike 8. Hey, here we go.
Play action. Now Wilson.
That is caught by Mims.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
And the Pats are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off play action, Jones. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the second round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
And he's brought down.
But Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1. Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Don't be scared of it.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receiver...
Touchdown, Jets! Devin Funches from 19 yards away. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2.
Topper! Topper!
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Olszewski now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Not much there, only a yard.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
And he's brought down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw again is Wilson. To the right side, and he's got Moore complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Devin Funchess, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this, a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Mike, check Mike. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check, 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 check.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Silver. Hey, check 24.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me.
They hand this off to Harris. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
19 Tiger.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got the connection here to Bourne. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Mike 3. Mike 3. Let's go, D.
The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Mike 3. Combo.
I don't think you got it, son.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand. Taking a knee, and guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year, but I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. We say good night, everybody.
YBN want a thing up.
Jones Shorty.